From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now all the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
This episode of News 8 Daily 8 is presented by Downtown Indy.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Friday, October 23rd. A warm but soggy start to your Friday. Get ready for a cold front to move in, though. There is a marginal risk of severe weather for about 2/3 of the state today. Some isolated damaging winds, hail, and even an isolated tornado are all possible, although maybe not that likely, but it's possible. It will be breezy and muggy with highs in the 70s today. Then for your weekend, those storms are going to bring in a cold front, so highs for your Saturday and Sunday are going to be unseasonably cold with highs in the 50s. More rain and storms likely for your Sunday as well. Vice President Mike Pence and the Second Lady were in Indianapolis this morning to cast their votes for the 2020 election. We carried it live on Daybreak this morning. The couple cast their ballot downtown at the City County building just after 8 o'clock. And that vote came this morning after the final presidential debate, one that's being described as less controversial and more civilized. Mary Maloney has more on the candidates' closing arguments.
President Donald Trump and Joe Biden seizing on a final primetime moment of the 2020 election to make their closing arguments to voters.
We're fighting it, and we're fighting it hard.
I will take care of this. I will end this. I will make sure we have a plan.
Just 12 days before the election and nearly 3 weeks after President Trump announced he had tested positive for COVID-19, though he has since tested negative for the virus. The two candidates again clashing over President Trump's handling of the coronavirus.
The president thus far and still has no plan.
We can't close up our nation.
And drawing stark contrasts on issues.
We're going to talk about immigration now.
We now have as strong a border as we've ever had.
They got separated from their parents. And it makes us a laughing stock and violates every notion of who we are as a nation.
National security.
Any country, no matter who it is, that interferes in American elections will pay a price.
There has been nobody tougher on Russia than Donald Trump.
Race in America.
The black parent, no matter how wealthy or how poor they are, has to teach their child when you're walking down the street, don't have a hoodie on.
Nobody has done more for the black community than Donald Trump.
And leadership.
He thinks he's running against somebody else. He's running against Joe Biden.
I'm not
North
a typical
Korea.
politician.
Okay,
that's why I got elected.
Plus, more allegations made by President Trump about Biden's son, Hunter.
The horrible emails of the kind of money that you were raking in, you and your family. And Joe, you were vice president.
I have not taken a penny from any foreign source ever in my life.
In Nashville, I'm Mary Maloney.
U.S. Postal Service officials will talk today about how to handle the thousands of Indiana voter absentee ballots. Today's update comes as the USPS is investigating reports of missing and delayed absentee ballots in Marion County. They were supposed to be mailed to voters on September 19th, but some never arrived. County and postal officials will not confirm what happened to those absentee ballots. They also won't say how many people may be affected. You can get a free ride to the polls on Election Day. Indigo is promising no bus fares on November 3rd all day on every route. Its board of directors approved the move yesterday. They say they're glad Indigo can do its part to reduce barriers to the polls. The state health department is reporting a high number of cases and hospitalizations connected to COVID-19. For cases, another 2,880 people have tested positive. That's the largest increase we've seen in the department's daily updates. It brings the total to more than 155,000 cases. The department also reported 42 new deaths, bringing the statewide death toll to 3,831. The state is also reporting 1,515 people hospitalized with the virus. That's the highest number since May 4th. The state reports more than 31% of ICU beds are still available.
Searching for a romantic summer getaway? Escape with Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original from Lily Chu. The exquisitely talented Philippa Sue, returning to narrate her 5th Lily Chu title. This time, Philippa is joined by her real-life husband, Stephen Pasquale. Set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country, aka the Hamptons of Canada, Rich Girl Summer follows the story of Valerie, a down-on-her-luck event planner posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter, while piecing together the secrets surrounding a mysterious family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the impossibly hard-to-read and infuriatingly handsome family assistant, Nico. Caught between pretending to belong and unexpectedly finding where she truly fits in, Valerie learns her summer is about to get far more complicated than she ever planned. She's in over her head and head over heels. Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
Remdesivir is now the first drug in the United States to get FDA approval to treat coronavirus infections. Until now, doctors only gave it to patients under an emergency use authorization. A study shows remdesivir shortened recovery time by about a third for some patients. It's given through an IV, and the FDA says it should only be given in a hospital. The drug will be sold under the brand name Veklury. Now to some business headlines. The iPhone 12 goes on sale today. We went to an AT&T store on the south side overnight and didn't see anybody in line there. Apple says its newest lineup of phones is ready to use 5G technology. According to the company, the camera is greatly improved on the new devices. Apple claims it's better in low light. The standard iPhone 12 starts at $799 and the Pro version starts at $999. Kids 3 and older will now be able to get COVID tests at Walgreens. Walgreens operates about 620 COVID-19 testing sites with another 80 locations to open later this week. All of the locations will have COVID testing for kids. Target is implementing a reservation system at stores around the nation in an effort to curb crowds during the busy shopping season. Target said it will continue to monitor and limit the number of guests allowed in each store at one time, which means customers will likely have to wait in designated areas outside with social distancing markers. If there's a line to get in, guests will be able to reserve their spot in line on Target's website instead of standing outside. TV cord cutting is picking up steam, and AT&T CEO predicts there is a long way to go before it stops. There were about 91 million pay TV subscribers at the end of 2019. About 3.5 million people cut the cord in the first half of the year. That's according to Bloomberg Intelligence. Grocery stores say it may be hard to find some products this fall. Those include baking ingredients, canned soups, and Spam. Americans have already stocked up on some of those items. Purdue has created a white paint that it says can reduce the need for air conditioning. The white paint can keep surfaces up to 18 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than their ambient surroundings, almost like a refrigerator does, but without consuming energy. It replaces the need for air conditioning by absorbing nearly no solar energy and sending heat away from the building. Now to the Colorado wildfires. Two are now in danger of merging. Right now, the East Troublesome Fire and Cameron Peak Fire are just 10 to 15 miles apart and are both serious. The East Troublesome Fire has already burned about 170,000 acres, and the Cameron Peak Fire is the state's largest wildfire on record. Granby County, west of Boulder, is under a mandatory evacuation order. Sheriff's deputies went door to door, giving people 15 minutes to pack and leave. There is some positive news. Some of the coldest air of the season arrives in Colorado this weekend. Snow and higher humidity are in the forecast, which should offer some hope to contain the fires. Finally, the Big Ten will begin its shortened football season after all. The season was canceled in August, but the conference reversed its decision last month. Now, Illinois and Wisconsin will open the season tonight. IU and Purdue both will play at home tomorrow. Iowa will take on the Boilermakers, and Penn State will play at Memorial Stadium. Fans won't be allowed at either game, and tailgating will also not be allowed at either school. But both schools are finding creative ways for fans to get into the game day spirit. At IU, you can purchase a cutout that will sit at Memorial Stadium, and you can win a prize for doing so. There will also be socially distanced student watch parties on campus. And at Purdue, you can also buy a cutout. The picture can sit in Ross-Ade Stadium there. The stadium is also selling watch party packs with stadium cups, pom-poms, and a mystery bobblehead, and some more things as well. Have a great weekend, everyone. Happy Friday. Stay safe. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This episode of News 8 Daily 8 is presented by Downtown Indy.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.